In this video, we're going to be looking at the structure of genitive noun phrases in English and also other properties about them, including aspects of their meaning. All right, so let's look first of all at that aspect, at their meaning. So they do have more to do with than just mere possession. So while with an example like Fred's car, it does seem to indicate possession, right? He owns the car, presumably, and can sell it and stuff. Although it actually doesn't necessarily have to mean that he owns the car. It could be Fred's car, meaning the one that he designed, or maybe he's just renting it or borrowing it. So even with a simple case like that, it can get complicated. With other cases, it's hard to talk about possession in the same way. So you have Fred's arm, well, that's a part of his body. Fred's father, he doesn't own his father. The book's cover, that's a part of the book, but not really something that the book owns. The game's first half, that's a portion of the game. Fred's illness, he doesn't own the illness, it's something he's experiencing. The Romans' destruction of the city, there the Romans are performing an action, they're an agent. The doctor's diagnosis of the patient, a similar thing there with doctor being the agent. And his, so his diagnosis does not look promising. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I prefer to use the term genitive for these things rather than calling them possessors, although sometimes I'll do that, is that the relationship is much more than just one of mere possession. Structurally, it's clear that the apostrophe s, or the apostrophe, attaches to the end of a noun phrase. So we can see that the noun phrase can be, a single word, Fred's dog, but it can consist of more words. So we can see there that we have in brackets what the apostrophe s is attaching to. There it's attaching to Fred, but it can attach to a determinative plus a noun, the boy's dog. It could it could attach to a whole phrase with its own possessor and its own modifier, my next door neighbor's dog, or something really complicated like the boy who used to live across the street from me's dog. So I always played with the boy who used to live across the street from me's dog when I was a kid. All of these can be replaced by a pronoun, his, so they show that they're a noun phrase. So the apostrophe s, or again the apostrophe, attaches to an entire noun phrase. And just so we can see, here's some real world examples where you can clearly see this apostrophe s attaching to the end of something, not just to the noun, to the end of the entire phrase. So this was a sentence I heard on the radio. My sister had to babysit the person my mom was cheating with kid. A sentence I read on the internet at one point. He got to be Indiana Jones. That was certainly every guy my age's dream. So again, the dream doesn't belong to my age. It belongs to every guy my age. This was a sentence that Steven Pinker reported on in his book, The Language Instinct. The woman sitting next to Steven Pinker's pants are like mine. So the woman sitting next to Steven Pinker, her pants, so we can replace that whole thing with a pronoun, her pants are like mine. And then this is a one that was in a newspaper article. It was an interview with Val Kilmer. This is a guy that I had a very pleasant time working with. Form of grief about me not working with him anymore. Okay, so those really are some nice examples. And if you listen, and you don't see them too much in print, but if you listen for them out in the wild, you can occasionally hear those apostrophe s's attaching to something other than the nouns other than the head noun of the noun phrase. And we know that these genitive expressions most commonly behave as determiners. So they can go in the same place and do that same function that determinatives can do. So we've said singular count nouns require them. So the dog barked, a dog barked, some dog barked, each, every dog barked, one dog barked. Well, just in that same way, these genitive noun phrases can make or satisfy that determiner requirement of a singular count noun. His dog barked, Bill's dog barked, the little girl's dog barked, the two brothers' dog barked, the King of England's dog barked. Okay? So as a result of these facts, we know what our rules are going to look like for dealing with genitive noun phrases. So first of all, as we've said, the apostrophe s, or the apostrophe, is going to combine with a noun phrase. When it does that, we'll say it makes an NP gen. Okay, then that NP-gen, where does it go? Well, it goes exactly where we've had determinatives go in our structure when they're functioning as determiners, and that is they combine with a nominal, okay, to give you an NP. So NP-gen plus a nominal gives you an NP. So let's look at some examples. Let's draw the tree structure for the sentence, "The little girl's dog barked." Okay, now there's a couple of ways to go about drawing tree structures. Some I've been doing from the bottom up, so working here with labeling each word, so labeling determiner, adjective, noun, noun, and verb, and then working up. But as you've seen in the answer keys, the tree structures usually go from the other direction, from the top down. So starting at the sentence node and doing that. For this video, I'm actually going to do it the other way, to start from the top and work my way down. It'll help me draw the tree structures a little bit more easily. Okay, and to do that, I'm going to turn on some boxes so we can see them here. Maybe I am. There we go. Okay, but they're not actually part of the tree structure, but they'll help me draw the trees. Okay, so let's see. So we've got the sentence here, "The little girl's dog barked." It consists of two parts, which is our subject and our predicate. That hasn't changed. The predicate is in the past tense, and it consists of just the verb, which is barked. Okay, so we can go ahead and draw the tree structure for that part. Over here, our subject is the little girl's dog. All right, what kind of subject is that going to be? Well, it's ultimately going to be a singular noun. It barked, or she barked, or he barked. Okay, so it's singular. All right, it consists of two parts. Now, usually we've had a determiner, but instead of having a determinative, now we've got an NP-gen. Right? So we've got that NP-gen there for the little girls. It's going to combine with a nominal, which is just going to consist of the dog, or the word dog. So we've got that there. All right, then we can go back and look up here. All right, and we know for the NP-gen, well, that consists of a noun phrase followed by the apostrophe S. We haven't given it a label. We could call it genitive, I suppose, or something like that, but it's fine just to put either the apostrophe or the apostrophe S there as appropriate. And it's going to combine with the noun phrase, "The little girl." Her dog barked. The little girl, that's also going to be singular. Okay, and then within it, it has its own determiner, which is the determinative the, and then it's going to consist of the adjective little and the noun girl. So there's adjective phrase adjective, and that's where we can place little. And then over here we can put singular, nominal singular, noun singular, and girl. Then we just got to make them line up a little bit better, but we can do that pretty easily like that. And voila, there we go. That would be the structure for the little girl's dog barked. All right, let's look at another one. Okay, how about this sentence? "That child's eyes are green." Okay, so let's again draw our tree structure here. You can clearly see that the determiner down here, or the determinative, that goes with child because it's singular. It doesn't go with eyes. Eyes is plural. Okay? So that child is functioning as the determiner. Okay. All right, so again, we've got a subject. This time it's plural. All right, and it's going to consist of the head noun, which is eyes. Okay. And then functioning as our determiner is, instead of a determinative, the NP-gen, that child. Okay, that child's, his or her. Okay, so we have the apostrophe S there, and that combined with, again, a singular noun. Right? It has its own determiner. Again, clearly that has to go with child. It cannot go with eyes. Okay, so if you try to draw another kind of structure, That would be the wrong one. Let's see what that one would look like. Right? So clearly the kind of structure that you can't do is to try to say that child or child's eyes goes together to make some sort of nominal or something like that, and then to say that that combines with the determiner to make an NP. Okay. That clearly is going to be the wrong structure. That is not going to be right because that puts that which has to go with a singular noun, but it puts it with something whose head is the plural. So that's going to be the wrong structure. So let's make sure we have that marked appropriately. Okay, so that's the wrong structure. We don't want to draw our structure like that. Instead, our structure is like the one we have up here. All right, and then we can finish up our sentence. Let's see. That child's eyes are green. Okay, so we have a VP. This verb is in the plain present form. Are. Let's see, do I have enough room to put that there? Maybe we can just squeeze it in there. Verb, plain present. Good. A little crowded, more crowded than I would like. Are, and then let's see, we'll have green. That's going to be an adjective. Seems green, very green. How green? And there will be the structure for this sentence. Okay, and there it is. Once we take away the boxes. So that child's eyes are green. All right, here let's look at another sentence. The judge denied the prosecutor's final motion. So that one's going to be, here we have the possessor instead of being inside the subject. It's inside the, or the genitive I should say. It's inside the object. It goes after the verb instead of going before it. All right, and we also have an adjective final going with our noun here. So let's draw the tree structure for this one. Okay, so turning back on my grid here. All right, so we have a sentence. It consists of both a noun phrase and a predicate verb phrase. Denied, that's preterite. The judge is singular. Okay, the judge, that's easy now. We know how to do that, right? The, and let's see, nominal, singular, and singular judge. And then we'll just do some spacing there real fast. Boop. Okay, there's the judge. We've taken care of the subject. All right, now how about our predicate? All right, so the judge denied. So denied is going to be the verb. Again, let's make a little more space there. Okay. There we go. All right, so the judge denied. What did the judge deny? The prosecutor's final motion. Okay, so let's see. His motion, a motion, the motion, the motions. Okay, so it's a singular noun is going to be the head noun. All right, then within that singular noun phrase, we've got, what do we have? We have, okay, the head noun is motion. Of course, this gets a little complicated too because it also has an adjective with it, which is going to be final. Okay, so the motion seems final. All right, and then we've got the head noun, which is motion, one motion, two motions, so motion. All right, functioning as its determiner, we have, well, what do we have? We have the prosecutors. Okay, so we need to make that. That's an NP gen. If we can squeeze that in there a little bit. Okay, so having made some little adjustments here, let's see. Okay, so now we're ready. Okay, so here we have the prosecutor's final motion. All right, the prosecutors, note that the prosecutors is plural. So the genitive, instead of even taking on the form apostrophe s, is just an apostrophe here. All right, and then here we have the prosecutors, so, and that's plural. That's going to be our, what do you call it? That's going to be our noun phrase that the apostrophe s is going to combine with. And now we can just add in the structure for the prosecutors, which again, no problem. So that'll consist of a determiner, which is going to be the, and then the head noun there, which is again the plural prosecutors. Okay, so mean time consuming thing here is just lining everything up. The structure isn't really that hard, is it? All right, and so here's how the final tree would look. The judge denied the prosecutors. Whoops, I forgot the S on prosecutors. Oops, and of course it fell into the next line. Okay, looks a little ugly, but it gives you the idea. And of course we've got just that little apostrophe hanging on up there. All right, let's see. Another example. Sure. Oh, this is a good one. Now we've got lots of things going on here. No one likes the boy's mother's new boyfriend. Okay, so we've got lots of complicated stuff going on here. All right, let's take a look at the structure for it. Let me get my grid back up here. All right, no one likes. We'll start over here. All right. All right, so let's see. Our subject, that'll be easy to take care of. That's a pronoun, no one. Okay, so it's a pronoun, let's see, and it behaves like it's a singular noun. So for pronouns, we've said we can just do this and not have to give them any internal structure. All right, so that's easy enough to deal with. All right, what about our predicate? Let's see, no one likes the boy's new the boy's mother's new boyfriend. All right, so this one is going to be third person singular because we have the verb likes here. All right, so we have the verb likes, which is got that S on it, so that's third person singular. All right, likes, no one likes. All right, ultimately we're going to have the noun phrase boyfriend, which is the head noun. So ultimately, no one likes him. Okay, so that's the head noun, boyfriend. All right, let me start it over here because it's going to spill over to the left, and then we can put it back in the position where it needs to go, or do whatever we need to do with it. All right, so ultimately it's going to be singular because boyfriend is singular, and that's the head noun. Okay, so that's the easy part, boyfriend. All right, it's a singular noun, so it needs something functioning as a determiner. What is that? Oh, that's the boy's mother, but before we do that, I forgot to include the adjective. All right, so why didn't you guys tell me? But what about the adjective? Include the adjective. All right. New, and let's see. And then we'll just move the boyfriend over there where he belongs. Whoops, except now I need a nominal there. All right. Complicated my life since I messed that up, didn't it? All right, but now we got it fixed. Okay, so now we're going to go and now we can put in what's functioning as its determiner. That's going to be the boy's mother. All right, it's a genitive. Okay, so let's put that in. We'll have this structure. All right, so apostrophe S there, and that's combining with the NP, the boy's mother. Mother, we've only got one of them, so that's singular. All right. So nom singular in singular, and then we have mother. All right, let's make all those, line everything up here. All right. How about that? Okay, good. Now then, it needs, that's a singular noun, singular count noun, so it needs its own determiner, and what's acting as its determiner? The boys. All right, so here again we just have the boys is plural, So we just end up with the apostrophe marking it as genitive. Okay, and so the NP is going to be plural, right? And then we have its own determiner, the, and then we have boys. All right, and plural and boys. Let's line things up, which takes just a few clicks. And there we go. And hey, look at that. I even lined that up nicely. Okay, so what that means, my line here isn't long enough, so I need to add in a line. Let's see, where is it? That thing. All right, and so we've added in that line, and now we've got no one likes the boy's mother's new boyfriend. Okay, the genitive expressions, they don't have to be full noun phrases. They can also take the form of pronouns. The genitive pronouns, my, your, his, her, its, our, their, whose when we have a question. Just like we've treated other pronouns, we can treat these the same way, just go directly from noun phrase to, or NP gen in this case, to the pronoun, like my, your. So those will be pretty straightforward to draw the tree structures for. Let's take an example. Take an example. Take a look. So my brother accidentally wrecked his car. All right, so let's draw the tree structure for that one. All right, so let's see. My brother. Okay, so we have a sentence. It consists of a subject, which is my brother, and a predicate, which is wrecked. All right, my brother, instead of having a determiner, which we'd normally expect, or determinative, it has an NP gen, right? So it has the NP gen here, noun phrase genitive, and that takes the form of the pronoun my. And then that's working as the determiner for brother, so we can include that. Again, just line everything up. All right, and then my brother accidentally wrecked his car. Okay, here this includes the adverb, okay, which is accidentally. Oh, that's making everything run together, so let's give that, see if we can give it a little more room. Oh, a little hard we can't, but how about we make more room there? There we go. Okay, let's see. What do I need there? That one. Okay, actually maybe we want to go ahead and do it this way. All right. Okay, so that's looking pretty good, except my Y is there. Let me see if I can fix that real fast. Okay, there we go. So my brother accidentally, what did he accidentally do? Wrecked his car. Okay, so the adverb phrase combines with a verb phrase. To give you a verb phrase, all right, then we'll have verb, which is wrecked. Again, let's create a little more space here. Get things lined up nicer. Okay, wrecked, and what did he wreck? He wrecked his car. Okay, again, his car, instead of having a determinative function as the determiner, has the NP gen, his, and that goes with the singular count noun, one car, two cars, car, and then that gives us the structure for my brother accidentally wrecked his car. All right, let's try one more example, and then I think we'll be done. His girlfriend's older sister married his cousin. Okay, so let's do that one. All right, so here we have the possessor his, or the genitive his, going with girlfriend, and then together that makes his girlfriend's, and that function is as the determiner for his girlfriend's older sister. Okay. All right, so as always, we can have a subject and a predicate. Okay, sister is singular, right? So the head noun is going to be Here we go. All right, so let's see. We need a nominal here. Okay, so one sister, two sisters. Whoops, I did it again. I forgot to put in the adjective, didn't I? Crap. All right, so put in the adjective. All right, sometimes we have to go back and redo these things, right? Older, there's, okay. Older, it's comparative, so you know right away it's got to be an adjective. It's in the right position for an adjective. Seems older, how older, how much older? Well, yeah, how old? That's what we would say if it wasn't in the comparative form. All right, functioning as the determiner, that's the NP Jen, which is his girlfriend. Okay, so let's draw that. Okay, his girlfriends. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got apostrophe S here. That's the thing that's functioning as the to combine with the noun phrase. The noun phrase is singular. His girlfriend. Okay, let's draw that in. All right, and then it has an NP gen. Okay, going there. That's functioning as a determiner. His, and then here we can do singular. Noun singular, one girlfriend, two girlfriends, so it's a singular count noun, and that'll be the structure of that one. Again, now we just line things up. All right. Whoops, and we probably need to connect our line a little better here. All right, his girlfriend's older sister. Okay, so we've got the subject done now. All right, let's see. Now we can do the predicate married his cousin. Okay, again, we don't quite have enough room here to draw it in, so we'll move it over. Let's see, to here, and then we can draw in the line that we need. Okay, you can see why I don't make you guys do this stuff. Whoops, don't make you do this stuff on the computer. There's a lot to deal with. All right, let's see. Married, that's going to be our verb. And who did he marry? His cousin. Or she married. He didn't marry his cousin. She married his cousin. All right, let's see. Okay, so again, functioning as the determiner, we have an NP gen instead of having a determinative. If I keep saying them enough, maybe I'll get them straight from one another. All right, and then again, this line wasn't long enough, so we need to put in one. Let's do that real fast. And there we go, and we should be good. Let's check it out and make sure it all looks good. His girlfriend's older sister married his cousin, and that would be the structure for that sentence. And hopefully that'll give you enough practice so that you're able to make these sentences as well, so that you're able to draw tree structures with these genitive noun phrases.